This is my subscriber's room, and we're about to transform it into their dream bedroom.
So this is my subscriber, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
Hi.
And this is his current bedroom.
You're a big superhero fan.
Yes.
His room is covered in holes,
Don't have a TV.
but worst of all,
The bed creaks every night.
this room definitely needed an upgrade. Luckily, I partnered with Warner Brothers Games to transform a subscriber's room who's really into DC superheroes, which Charlie obviously is. And since he told me his favorite was Superman, we're gonna attempt to transform this room into something like this. A Superman themed room with not only a new bed, but a huge TV and a crazy gaming setup as well.
However, we have only got 3 days to build this one. What, 3? I don't we normally get 5? Wow.
Because me and my friends have removed everything from Charlie's room, he's now got nowhere to sleep.
Well, this is where you're staying for the next couple of days. Is this going to be your bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel quite bad about, like, you sleeping here. If we don't get it done in like 3 days, you can have my golden play button.
With my golden play button now on the line, it was time to get started on the walls. Not only are they covered in holes, but there's also not any texture. You see, I want to theme this room around Superman's Fortress of Solitude, which is a huge ice cave. You can see it here in the new Superman movie, which is where we got a lot of inspiration to build this room off, as well as taking a huge amount of inspiration from DC Worlds Collide, which you'll definitely be able to notice throughout this video. So to make it look like the Fortress of Solitude, we have these ice white wall panels, which we need to cover the entire walls in.
We got the first wall done super quickly, but the other one wasn't going to be as easy. We've got a problem. The wall, it's not exactly level, because when I put this one up, look at that. It's like half a centimetre out.
There's a very faint line there.
The wall is not straight.
Because the wall wasn't level, we had to make small adjustments to nearly every single wall panel. However, when putting up these panels, this wasn't going to be our main problem.
So, we sort of ran out of wall panels. As you can see, missing some here, and we're also missing a bunch there. So, not the best of news. However, I'm going to order some more. They'll come tomorrow.
And it looks like we'll have to finish the walls on day 2.
Okay, so I won't lie, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was busy shopping, buying stuff for the room, yeah.
Despite the fact that I was tired, I had work to do, so I fixed the panels. And now the walls were done. Well, about 80% done, because I was going to do something special with the last one. In the meantime, I got Charlie's new rug laid out, and I can't lie, the softness of it nearly put me to sleep.
I could actually sleep here, forget the bed. This is very comfortable. I haven't had a lot of sleep. Yeah. Right. Oh. Speaking of beds, that's the bed.
So now that the bed was here, it was time to move on to furniture. But with me and Jack being so tired, we were going to need to call in some help.
Oh, wow. Oh my god. It's literally super. Oh my god.
Realistically, it's just a streamer that we found one time who kind of looks like Superman. But it didn't matter because he was super strong and managed to help me and Jack lift the rest of the bed up the stairs. But that doesn't mean we were not going to face any problems.
Wait, hang on. That's literally, I'm not even gonna lie, not gonna fit.
What if we angle it?
Yeah, okay, good call. Yeah, there we go, push. Now, whilst that is happening, I want to tell you about the kind folks who are sponsoring this video. DC Worlds Collide. Still not fitting.
No, it's not fitting.
I'm stuck.
So DC Worlds Collide is a new free-to-play mobile game where you can create your own team of superhero and villains to compete in dynamic PvP and PvE turn-based battles.
Usually, turn-based games are normally quite slow, but there's always something going on in this, which I actually really like. However, I have been stuck on this level for like a solid couple of days now. I'm gonna do it though, trust me.
There's an absolute ton of superheroes and villains that you can collect in this game, like Batman or Superman, who's helping me push a bed up the stairs at the moment.
I've unlocked a good amount of characters so far, but apparently there's 72 of them, and I've only got 16, which means I've got a lot to catch up on. There's also DC Universe collectibles like the Batmobile, the Invisible Jet, and lots more. Yeah, we got it. If you guys want to give this game a try and support the channel by supporting the brands that allow us to make these videos possible, there will be a link in the description below, and there'll also be a QR code here.
Back in the room, me and Jack had finished bringing all the furniture upstairs. But there was still a lot to do.
You've got a lot more work to do. Come on, get up. You can't be tired already.
You're Superman, you haven't done anything all day. You can build the bed.
Deal. I can build the bed.
But I wasn't just going to sit around while that happened, as I had a little surprise for Charlie. I'm going to go and take Charlie to the toy store because I feel quite bad that I've sort of kicked him out of his room. So I'm going to go let him buy whatever he wants. And that's exactly what he did. As when he went in the store, he went straight for all of his favorite DC characters, like Batman, who is actually coincidentally my favorite, considering he carries my team in Worlds Collide. He also got a few other characters like Superman, who actually has a few different variations because of the upcoming movie. And after a few more characters like the Flash and Green Lantern, our cart was filling up quickly. Back at the house, Jack and Superman were hard at work constructing the bed.
Yeah!
You've got quite a lot of stuff. Once we were done buying Charlie's toys, it's too heavy for him. I headed back to see the progress of the bed.
Oh, yo! It's not done.
We're not done now, but
That's all right.
we've done a bit.
You did the frame.
However, luckily, because there was now 3 of us working on the bed, we managed to get it finished in no time.
Oh my god. This is so comfortable. It's so, generally, feel that. Feel how comfortable that is.
Oh, that is nice.
That is so comfortable. And this bed actually has an interesting feature. Now this thing has underbed storage, which means all the stuff that I bought Charlie today, we can literally put underneath here. And then there's even a separate tray in here where you can put like media consoles, like an Xbox or a PlayStation, and you can then connect that to this 43-inch 4K LG TV, which can literally go back into the bed with this remote here.
I've used countless of these Dreams beds before in my other builds, and they never disappoint.
Also down here we have a full speaker bar right here, some LED lights in the headboard, a headphone mount and USB Type-C cable with a headphone jack, and a small switch down here to change all the lighting modes. But we are not done yet, because we've also got a little special something in this box in here, which is a matching bedside table,
Which has its own Bluetooth speaker and a built-in wireless charger.
Look at that, that's incredible. So I'm about to head home now, meaning it is the end of day 2. However, we've still got to turn this wall into a giant mural. We still got to add an entire gaming setup in here. Tomorrow is going to be just like one last massive push to see if we can get this all done in 3 days. I'll see you all in day 3.
As day 3 began, we were a lot more behind schedule than I wanted, and I honestly wasn't sure if we were going to finish the room on time. However, when we arrived, Charlie's mum had left us a little package, along with some really inspiring words.
Dan, Emily, Sam, Jack and Callum, thank you so much for giving Charlie such an amazing opportunity. He's going to love his new room. Here are some treats to get you through the last day here. A very small token of our thanks to you all. We can't wait to see the video. So, gotta get this room done, people.
Let's do it, come on.
Get it done.
But if we were going to finish this room on time, we needed to work efficiently. So you know how I said earlier the walls were about 80% done because I was going to do something special with the last one? Well, I began on the first step of doing that, whilst Jack was getting set up in his new workspace for the day.
So Dan's painting the wall, there's not really enough room, so I've been banished to build these drawers in the toilet. But what are you gonna do?
So Jack got to work building, but soon ran into the main problem of working in a toilet.
Jack, I really need the toilet.
Back in Charlie's room, I was painting at a speed I didn't even know I was capable of to get this room done in time. And once Sam was done in the bathroom, Jack got back to building. We were so short on time, Emily literally had to stop filming to help out. Even I had to start building things whilst I waited for the paint to dry. But with all of us on the job, we actually ended up finishing them really quickly.
Drawer done.
And in the time it took me to build the IKEA drawers, the blue paint had actually completely dried, which meant I could move on to the most ambitious part of this bedroom transformation yet.
I'm gonna try and attempt to paint that Superman logo on this wall here. I'm going to try and use the laser as sort of a guide to try and paint it because it's going to be quite tricky. It generally could ruin the wall.
Because this logo is so big, I had to be extremely precise when creating it, as any imperfections would be really easy to see.
Looks pretty good.
Luckily, the new Superman logo is pretty much all straight lines, so it shouldn't be too hard to make. Now that the first stencil was ready to go, I got to painting. And whilst I did that, Jack and Superman carried on building their final piece of furniture. But while building the chair was simple, painting the logo was not.
Won't dry. Won't dry. The paint is so bad. It won't dry. This paint dried fine. This paint is awful, so I've got to get a hair
Is this what
dryer.
we've really resorted to?
Now I might look crazy here, but this method actually worked incredibly well. So well that I managed to completely finish this section and put up the stencil for the next bit, all in the time it took Superman to build his chair.
What do you think, Superman?
I think that's coming together. That's my symbol.
I think that looks really good.
It might look good now, but I still need to put on the red paint. And if I mess it up here, I won't have enough time to redo it. So I need to paint this perfectly.
Generally, if this looks bad, I'm so sorry, Charlie, but... Okay, here we go. Oh, yes! Oh, actually looks up. I'm proud of myself.
That's really good. I can't lie, I thought you weren't going to do a very good job and we were going to have to cover it up with something else.
This looks good!
But it's turned out great.
With the walls finally completed, I moved on with putting together the desk. And as I finished, Superman came in with the final piece of furniture.
Oh, wow. What have you got here?
Every Fortress of Solitude needs a super gaming chair.
We've got a Superman chair, Superman walls, Superman poster, actual Superman. Do you come with the room?
Unfortunately, no, I have to go back.
You're not going to stay here?
No, I have to save the
Not,
world.
not even for the bit? like-
Unfortunately, I have to go and save the world.
Well, what's the point of you being here?
Speaking of Superman, in collaboration with the new Superman movie, Superman is the first character to join the roster in DC Worlds Collide. He is available in-game now, and characters like Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Crypto are arriving late summer. Again, you can check it out by QR code or link in the description, but we'll get back onto the video. We only have a few hours to get this done, so we need to speed up.
Apparently, what you'd like more than anything else in the world is a PC.
Ooh.
Yeah, I splashed out for this one.
I think this has like an RTX 5070 in there.
50. What's he going to do with all that computer? Jesus.
Ooh!
That's really nice.
But what kind of setup would it be without any screens? Now it's time to add the accessories.
Keyboard. Of course, it's blue and white themed. That sounds nice.
Sounds amazing.
And we also put in a white mouse, headset hanger, and white headphones to go with it.
Oh, very nice. Apart from the clear lack of HDMI leads, the setup is actually done.
With the gaming setup now complete, all we had to finish now was the lighting. We were very low on time, so I couldn't put as many lights up as I wanted. But what I can say is that with the lights that we did put up, I was extremely proud of how it turned out.
Jack, you ready to turn it on? Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. Turn them on.
Whoa.
That is incredible. It's actually so much better in the dark. Wow.
With the lights all turned white, we really did start to get a Fortress of Solitude kind of vibe. But since these lights are all interchangeable, Charlie will be able to change them to whatever color he wants. We finalized the room by adding in a load of DC superhero figures, all which appear in DC Worlds Collide, which you should download after this video. One of the best parts of Worlds Collide is the insane range of characters you get. Obviously, we've been over a lot of the heroes, but there's also an insane amount of villains as well, like Sinestro, Harley Quinn, or Lex Luthor. Every single one of these characters has a unique moveset and playstyle, so the possibilities on how to customize your team are endless. But anyways, we have now finally finished this room, and not only have we finished it, we've done it on time, which means I don't have to give up my golden play button. Even after all the struggle, pressure, and the time rush, we managed to get it done. But if Charlie didn't absolutely love this room, this would have all been for nothing.
Okay, are we ready to see your room?
Yeah.
Let's go take a look then. How excited are you?
Very.
I really hope you enjoy this room because we spent so long on it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm gonna blindfold you, alright? Right, Charlie, you said you wanted a superhero themed room. Are you ready to see your new room? 3, 2, 1, open.
Right?
Do you like it?
Take a look around, man. What do you like about it?
Everything?
How much more comfortable is that?
This is very comfortable.
Your mom told me that you would like a PC, so I got you one of the very best. What do you think of my Superman logo here?
It's pretty good.
Come and take a lie down here with me.
I felt it as soon as I walked
It
in.
is genuinely very comfortable.
Yeah.
I only had one last thing to ask. Would you be able to tell everyone to subscribe?
Subscribe.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. Boom. Again, thank you so much to Warner Brothers Games for sponsoring this video. You can click the link in the description to download DC Worlds Collide, and you can use code DREAMSQUAD to get a jumpstart playing with 300 diamonds.